Hello there, how do you do? Thank you for joining KU TV Prime this 25th day of the month of November 2020. First things first, let's have a quick look at our top stories tonight. Collection of BBI signatures launched by President Uhuru Kenyatta and his handshake partner Raila Odinga. Uhuru rebukes Director of Criminal Investigations boast over the reopening of PEV cases. Odinga assures Kenyans BBI report will give Wananchi a platform to appeal injustices. And in sports, World Motorsport Federation to support Kenya's road safety program. Very warm welcome once again to the broadcast. My name is Grace Josephine and Nelias Nderito is our sign language interpreter this evening. The signature collection exercise was officially kicked off at the National Kenyatta International Convention Center with a section of leaders led by President Uhuru Kenyatta signing to endorse the initiative that aims at amending the Constitution.
During the launch of the BBI report at the Bomas of Kenya last month, Deputy President Dr. William Ruto stole the show when he expressed his reservations on the document.
Thank you, Nobiswa, for that report. Still at the KICC, Head of State Uhuru Kenyatta rebuked the Director of Criminal Investigations over the revival of the 2007-2008 post-election violence cases, terming the move as ill-timed, especially when Kenyans are just overcoming ethnic division. Listen in.
And you know what is in our hearts.
During the handshake baby takeoff on Wednesday, President Uhuru Kenyatta criticized the move by the Director of Criminal Investigations, George Kinoti, to conduct a fresh probe on complaints linked to the 2007-2008 post-election violence. Moving on, the National Cohesion and Integration Commission, or NCIC, has warned that any attempt to reopen the post-election cases could plunge the country into fresh chaos. The commission noted that communities involved in the violence that left tens dead and hundreds displaced had forgiven each other and moved on.
On Monday, Kinoti, while addressing victims of the post-election violence, noted that they were ready to go for PEV perpetrators, a move that raised hue and cry from leaders in Rift Valley.
Moving on, ODM leader Raila Odinga has refuted claims that the Building Bridges Initiative report seeks to undermine the independence of the judiciary by creating a judiciary ombudsman position. He explained that the move was to increase government accountability by introducing oversight of the judicial practices. Have a look.
And you know what is in our hearts.
Since the official launch of the BBI report weeks ago, the document's proposal on introducing a judiciary ombudsman has elicited mixed reactions amongst political leaders in the country.
Away from that and on to the COVID-19 situation in the country, health workers still continue to fight the pandemic as the resurgence continues, with 8 more people succumbing to the virus, bringing the tally to 1,417. The community spread of the virus has seen 810 people test positive from a sample test of 7,387. This brings the tally of infections to 79,322. On to some good news, 265 patients recovered from the disease, 210 from the home-based care program, and 55 from various hospitals. Moving on, a Kiambu County MCA, Andrew Kimani, is nursing head and ribs injuries as he was assaulted by former Thika Mayor David Njehia for questioning him over a piece of public land that he allegedly grabbed in Thika's Ngoingwa estate.
Thika Town MCA Andrew Kimani said he received serious kicks and blows by the former councillor, knocking him down repeatedly, forcing him to flee for safety.
Elsewhere, Kalani Primary School Management in Makueni County has called out on the relevant education stakeholders to support the institution and enable it to construct a new dormitory facility. This comes after the only boys' dormitory of the school was blown away by strong winds, giving them a hard time to achieve social distancing.
A visit to Kalani Mixed Day and Boarding Primary School in Kenya's eastern region found the school in a disorganized condition. Iron sheets from what was once a dormitory were on the ground, with the pupils' belongings lying with no order in one corner.
21 minutes past the hour, and that report brings us to our first breather. We'll be right back to what's happening across the world, so see you on the other side. Welcome back. Now, moving on into what's happening around the world. As COVID-19 lockdowns have seen increasing cases of gender-based violence, Nigeria's traditional and religious leaders are urging men to protect the rights of women and girls. The campaign coincides with the UN's International Day for the Elimination of Violence Against Women, often marked on the November 25th, as Timothy Obiezu reports from Abuja.
Only Nigerian men, including traditional and religious leaders, attended this UN and EU-sponsored town hall meeting.
Moving on into the sports arena, World Motorsport Federation, or FIA, has announced a plan to support Kenya's road safety and climate change adaptation programs ahead of next year's Safari Rally. The commitment was made today by FIA President Jean Todt during a meeting with President Uhuru Kenyatta at State House, Nairobi. Mr. Todt, who is also the special envoy of the UN Secretary General on Road Safety, is in the country to assess Kenya's preparedness ahead of the World Rally Championship event, which makes a comeback after 18 years. The FIA boss said Kenya is a key partner of his organization and pledged to continue working closely with the Kenyan government to ensure that the return of the Safari Rally contributes to the social economic progress of the nation. He regretted the postponement of the rally to next year due to COVID-19, saying Kenya will be prepared to host the iconic global motorsport event then. Moving on, Argentine football legend Diego Maradona has died at the age of 60. His spokesman has announced renowned Brazil Pelé as one of the greatest footballers of all time. The Argentinian World Cup winning captain died of a heart attack, having undergone brain surgery earlier this month. And finally, on to the World Rugby Series preps. The national men's sevens team Shujar is expected to play Spain and France in two separate tournaments as part of the preparation for the World Sevens Series set for March next year. The two competitions will be key for the team that is yet to play competitively since March this year due to COVID-19. Other teams that will offer competition include New Zealand, South Africa, Australia, Fiji, Samoa, and France. Many thanks for keeping me company on this broadcast. My name is Grace Josephine, and Nelius Derito is our sign language interpreter this evening. Good night.